When it comes to scrummaging, the difference between good technique and bad can have an incredible impact on team performance and player safety. So let's look at what's on the line.
A lot's on the line at scrum. Some of the most serious injuries in rugby occur at scrum time. Injuries can happen with an impact, and then if the impact happens, often the scrum will collapse. With those two events, you can have terrible, catastrophic injuries. It's essential the coach prepares the team correctly to minimise that. The coach's role is critical to minimise these serious injuries.
Now, let's look at the key techniques to master when scrummaging.
I think the problem why we have round backs in scrums is that gentlemen do not understand the role of the pelvis and how it relates to us. So I just want to take you through one simple exercise. Put your forefinger and your thumb on your hips. Just bend your knees slightly so you're relaxed. Now I want you to do a pelvic tilt. Now pelvic tilt is stay absolutely still, except tilt your pelvis forward like I have. Now tilt your pelvis back. Push your wee pelvis forward. Push your pelvis back. Now push your pelvis forward and hold it there for me, please. Now keep it there. Now try and crouch and hold. And you'll find we can't come down. Now this time tilt your pelvis back, crouch and hold. Stay there, please, so I can check you. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Okay, relax. So, the pelvis is just so important for us to get in a perfect position. Over the years, we've been told to have our heads up, and which is correct. We don't want to have our chins on our chest. But by having our heads too far up, it's only common sense. Now you watch this gentleman here. I'll hold those for a second. You go crouch and hold for me. Keep your head up. Now it's only common sense for this gentleman that when he's going to engage, he's got to go underneath my shoulder. So as he's engaging, it's only common sense that as he's going to go in, he's going to drop his head, and generally it will turn out to the side, and it'll land on his chest because he's avoiding contact. So where we want to be as human beings, you watch this. So you have your head too far up, just stand up. That's an unnatural position. You're never going to go in like that, and yet some of us are setting up that way. Whereas this time you crouch and hold, and I'll just put these sunglasses on you as a little guide, and all I want you to, that's cool. All I want you to do is just look over the sunglasses at me and no more. Stay there. Stand up. Now that's our natural position as we stand as human beings. So that's how we want to scrummage. 1, 2, 3, up. Now slowly down, boys. Control it, and relax. Thank you. Stand up. Now the core is the key to scrummaging. What you're looking for is, imagine your belly button's getting pulled back and it's touching your spine. Okay? So that's what it is. That holds us together in the midriff and keeps us solid. These two drills here are very good for that, and what it will do is it encourages people to understand, the players to understand how their body operates. The core is the key to us, particularly front rowers. And I just want to go over about weight on the balls of your feet, which we need in the front row. Now, where we do it is when we crouch and hold, the weight I want is at the front of the feet. That's all. Okay? It doesn't mean to say that we lift our heels off the ground, because then we're unbalanced and unstable, which is dangerous. So just practice for me if you can. Good setup, big chest, hips back, crouch and hold, please, and have the weight in the front of your feet, not on your heels. Now you should have enough balance to be able to take movement, but the weight is all in the front of your foot. Now lift your heels off the ground and you'll find that if we get any movement, we're completely unstable.
So let's now look at the Scrum Pre-Engagement.
Knock on, scrum, black ball. Here's your mark. Crutch and hold.
Front rows safe distance apart, crouched and bound. Hips and shoulders are square. Bend at the knees and hips. Shoulders above hips at all times. Head up, chin off chest.
Crouch and hold.
Back straight, spine in line. Eyes focused on the target area. Weight off the heels and on the balls of your feet. If not in the correct position or feel unsafe,
Crouch and hold.
shout, "Not ready, ref."
Not ready, ref, not ready.
The two packs are square, stable, a safe distance apart, and are now ready to engage. Let's look at the key skills they must display.
Engage. Engage. Engage.
Loose head binds onto the torso of the opposing tight head. Tight head binds onto the torso of the opposing loose head. Tight grips.
The best way to do scrummaging training is a third on a scrum machine and 2/3 off the scrum machine. I think too many coaches just rely solely on a scrum machine for scrummaging. Us in the front row, we're special. We have to do extra. So this is what we just say one-on-one, and I think after every training or before trainings, front rowers should come together and do a wee bit of this. So it's just one-on-one, tight head, loose head, I'll call you in. Crouch and hold. Engage. Just bind. Okay, happy there? Okay, break. Now, that's for the props. Then what we do is we do 3-on-3, and this is mainly for the hookers. So can we have 3-on-3, gentlemen? Hooker and prop, hooker prop. What we do here is this gentleman's ball. We're going to crouch and hold and engage. This gentleman, who's the opposition hooker, will then talk to this hooker and tell him how he's going and if he can help him and help his technique. So can we do that? Yep. Okay, I'll call you in. You're ready. Good technique. Crouch and hold. Engage. Okay, talk to him. He's happy? Yep. Good pressure. Okay, good. Break. So this way is immediate feedback that we get, 3-on-3. Quite often we don't do much for the hookers, and I think this is a great way, just 3-on-3, and we can get that instant communication and feedback. Some drills we can do after trainings, 1-on-1, 3-on-3s, because very rarely do you have enough to do 8-on-8 at most sessions, and quite often 8-on-8 gets a wee bit untidy, correct? So happy there?
New Zealand Rugby recommends that players at under 19 grades do no more than 20 scrum machine scrums per week. The younger the player, the less they should be doing. And remember, for under 11s, scrums are non-contested and there is no pushing. Top grade club players should not be doing more than 50 scrum machine scrums per week, no matter how many teams you play for. This includes rep teams.
Scrum machines are tremendous for timing of all 8 members. Now, the first thing I always tell my players is before you go into it, check the apparatus to make sure it's safe, because someone may have loosened these off, in which case the pad just slides off. So always check to make sure they're the right width for you, for your shoulders, and make sure that the apparatus is always safe, whether it be scrum machine, ruck machine, whatever. Any apparatus, check it first. Righto. Now, don't go in as an 8 straight off, because it's very hard on our bodies in the front row. So what I'd like you to do is warm up. So what we do here is we're just going to put the front row in first. I'll call you in. Let's go. Get your distance. Good technique. Crouch and hold. Engage. Pressure and break. Okay, now we'll build it up a wee bit more for you. Front row 2 locks, number 8. Get your distance. Crouch and hold. Engage. Get your feet in the strongest pushing position. Okay, break. Front row, warmed up. Yep. Happy? Righto, all 8 members, thank you. All 8 members. Do our systems. Remember, tension in the chest, tension in the core. Crouch and hold. Engage. Steady, red, steady, coming. Keep it on, keep it on. Break.
Lock on, black. Here's the mark. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
The referee's going to call crouch and we'll just go through the same process.
Crouch.
Then he's going to give the command touch.
Touch.
The front rows are going to put their outside arm outstretched and touch the outside of their opponent's shoulder. They'll then bring their arm back. There'll be a slight pause.
Pause.
And then when everything's all settled, the referee will call engage.
Engage.
It's not much of a change at all. They've been using it at the World Under-19 Championships. I don't see it as being too much of a change, and I think we should address this as a positive rather than a negative. If I was a club coach, I'd be spending a lot of time ensuring that my scrum was nice and solid, nice and stable, nice and balanced. They quietly put their arm out, touch, bring it back, and then we just carry on as per normal.